The proper cast of the mace head is essential for efficient swinging. So oftentimes I get questioned about where to cast the mace head. In videos that people have sent me, they typically cast the mace head back behind them, which cuts off the pendulum. So now that you've visually seen that flawless pendulum, thinking of like a grandfather clock 3 to 9 o'clock, that weightless swing, if I was to cast the mace head over my shoulder, I'm not going to create that flawless pendulum. So when we cast our mace, we are going to be pushing up and out. The mace head is going to drop off on the frontal plane, even in the 10 and 2. So the 10 and 2, it's going to look like it's casting over the shoulder, but that mace head is still on that frontal plane, and that is critical. Another issue is having a shortened transverse turn through the shoulders. So the reason we have the breakdowns beforehand is so that you could see how Michael was creating this transverse turn through the shoulders. There's a push up of the shaft handle of the mace, and then a slight lean away from the mace head, especially if you're swinging a longer lever. So I am 5'7", and this Gada is above chest height. So I really need to focus on technique in order to be able to swing efficiently. I'm going to demonstrate, and then I'm going to pass this Gada over to Michael while I continue to speak. So what I mean by casting onto the frontal plane, and again, we're referencing this in a technique mace breakdown in the sense of the basics. So this particular drill, we're thinking of learning first the 360, which is coming up soon, less complexity because it's only one pull. So I'm coming into that front rack position, stance slightly wider than hip width, pushing into my feet. I'm getting my legs involved, the trunk of my body is involved also. So if I'm creating that proper cast, as you can see, I lean away from that mace head, and then on the opposite side, I have my elbow crossing towards the midline of the body. Now, I'm gonna have Michael pick up the mace, and I'm gonna cue him through some basic drills, I guess, that I've seen, techniques that I've seen during the learning process of others. And this is a way to kind of fine tune and dial into everything. So as you can see before, I had that push-up, proper cast of the mace head. So Michael, I want you to demonstrate casting the mace head over your shoulder.
Incorrectly.
And he's gonna struggle while he's smooth. He's gonna struggle a little bit to be efficient. Now, I'm also gonna have him pick up this steel mace. Let's transition to the steel mace. Most of the people who are watching this video may have started with a steel mace. And what happens too with the improper cast of the mace head, and I see this often, is people are gonna push their hips forward, and they're gonna take the load and weight of the mace into their lumbar. Yep. So it's gonna be more challenging. Now, Michael, if you could demonstrate with the steel mace, the proper cast of the mace head, up and out onto that frontal plane. Now, hopefully I don't step out of view. I'm gonna come up over here, so I wanted him to switch to the steel mace so I could fit in the video. As I'm gonna help him out. So, slowing this down. Here, look at that nice transverse turn. Then, the mace head, as he centers, drops to the base of the neck. This should be familiar. Now, pendulum is right here. Wait, come back to cinch. Right here, when this mace head is up at this height, this is when Michael's gonna create tension, pull, and bring it back into that rack position. Pull here for a moment. Now, I'm gonna have him perform 5 swings. 1, pull. So all of this is casting again out on the mace head. Watch how his right elbow starts to cross towards his midline. And rest. I'm going to demonstrate something that I've seen quite often, if you don't mind, Michael, is if you're staying too stiff with the upper body. This is going to be relative, especially if you're adding more load or swinging a longer lever. So if I'm saying, even with the proper turn, super stiff, it's going to be challenging as I add load. But it's, again, a circular pattern, and that elbow has to cross that midline of the body. And by elbow, I mean that opposite side of